into a few new products that are here from Walthers tonight. We have the Proto 50-foot Gundersons, the high cube paper service boxcars. They come in 4 road names with 3 road numbers each, so you could get 12 if you wanted to. 3 of each road number of 4 different cars. They come in CSX, which of course comes through as, whoops, where'd he go? There it is. The big blue in CSX. Here we go. Isn't that gorgeous? The big blue CSX. This is the paper service 50-foot Gunderson boxcar. That is CSX. Just a stunning, stunning car. So hello, Massimo's Trains. And again, you can get these in 3 different road numbers, 4 different road names. There's the CSX, followed by the Canadian National. Again, in that beautiful Tuscan, traditional Tuscan red. Let's get it under the light. There, that's much better. That's the Canadian National. Again, this is the Gunderson Paper Service boxcars, 50-foot. Available in 4 different road names and 3 road numbers each. Hello, Slag Cat, Chesapeake, Ohio. Let me move on to the BNSF, again in that traditional Tuscan. Just a beautiful car. Look at those details on the doors. Just beautiful. So, and of course they all have the silver roofs. A little shiny there. See if I can get the light better on that. There we go. That's a little bit better. And last but not least, the Arkansas and Oklahoma, the AOK cars. So those are all Gunderson 50-foot paper service boxcars, new in store from Walthers. So if you're looking for some great looking boxcars, we have them in stock now, so check them out. You can go to Mr. Muffin's 4hotrains.com. Let me set those aside before I fall down and break them. That would be bad. Mr. Muffin would not be happy with me. In addition to new things in stock, we have some newly announced products. See if I can do this week without messing up my iPad. So first off, we have the 2-bay covered hoppers. These are, let's see, I'll cue up the video. Sorry, she's got the wrong one there started. Okay, we'll go here. Okay, just announced and coming soon. Go to my iPad. Where did it go? I had it earlier. There we go. Okay. So these we have Intermountain. This is their Volume 2, 2025. I'm sorry, Volume 89, 2025 catalog. They've just announced these. You have the ACF 2-bay hopper cars, covered hoppers. Those come in Montana Rail Link, Norfolk and Southern, Union Pacific in the Building America, BNSF with the mineral red swoosh. Who doesn't love a red swoosh? Chicago Northwestern. Hello, Jeff Leftwich. How are you this evening? Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. The GATX Leasing. The Winchester and Western, I love saying that, Winchester and Western. DuPont, of course. Then we move into the PS 60-foot flat cars. We've got those. These are the wood deck flat cars. Doesn't say that on there, but they are definitely wood deck flat cars. We have TTX or trailer train, TTX in black, TTX in red. You've got the Union Pacific brown or that beautiful Tuscan color. Hello, Davin McKenzie. I see you guys are chatting via the comments. I love that. Slag Cat, Jeff Letchwich, or Devin McKenzie says hi, just in case you can't see that. BNSF, formerly BN. The Santa Fe, the Late, the Southern Repaint, and the Alaska Late. And then, this is really exciting. We have acquired the rights to sell Downtown Deco. If you are familiar with Downtown Deco kits, they are incredibly detailed and just beautiful, beautiful kits. Steve has worked out getting some of his inventory in the store. So this is just a sampling of what we have now. For the full list, you can go to 4hotrains.com. We start out with the Adams Avenue building kit, part 1. Isn't that incredible? It's kind of like a Woodland Scenics building, but you do it yourself. Aren't these beautiful? If no one's ever used a downtown deco kit, you'd really love these. They're amazing. The next up is Adams Avenue Building Part 2. So you could add those together if you wanted to. You can see one's a little shorter, so you could add it on to the side or on the back. Next up is a little bit taller building. This is the Downtown Overlook Hotel. And you could do a lot with that. I love his detailing with those beautiful billboards on the sides. Just incredible. So, hi, Guy Boudreau. Guy says hi to everybody. This one, Steve has one of these on his layout, but he rebadged it for a friend of his. It's the booby hatch. Sam thought that was hilarious to put it on here, so there we go. And then we have the worst block in the building kit, which is just hilarious. It looks like it's falling down. Every neighborhood needs the worst building in the neighborhood, don't you think? And then we have a building flat, which is the downtown alleyway background structure kit. So again, it's so realistic, and it comes with all this detailing. So again, if you haven't used downtown deco kits, these are pretty exciting. Let me go back through them real quick. That's the worst building in town. That, of course, is the booby hatch. Everybody needs one on their layout. We have the hotel, the Overlook Hotel. And then we have buildings or kits 1 and 2 for the Adams Avenue building. So again, downtown deco, we have those in stock. We have a lot more of them. This is just a representative sample. So if you're interested, take a look at 4hotrains.com and you can see what's going on with those. Let's see what's up next. We have Atlas new announcements coming soon. The Atlas Trainman GP38s diesels, obviously. And these come in Amtrak, phase 7, BNSF, Canadian National. Isn't that pretty? I just love that traditional paint scheme. Then we have Delaware and Hudson. Again, that blue and gray is just beautiful. Then we move on to Farm Rail, which is not something you see very often, but pretty cool paint scheme in that cream and red. HLCX in that beautiful bright red. And again, these are GP38s, diesel locomotives from Atlas, coming soon. The Reading and Northern in their 40th anniversary. So if you're a Reading and Northern fan, everybody would want one of these 40th anniversary cars. So tell all your friends if they're looking for Reading and Northern, they're out here. We have Conrail, traditional blue paint scheme. 8205 is a road number. And then we have Southern Pacific in their traditional gray with the red, actually more the Tuscan end caps. So any questions about those? Hello, Katie. How are you? So that's pretty interesting. Those are all some coming soon from Downtown Deco, from Intermountain, and from Atlas. And then we'll move on to some layout inspirations. I'm sorry, I'm kind of getting over a cold, so it's a little unfortunate. We've talked about the layout inspirations and the Atlas layout packages, especially for HO. These are just brilliant, wonderful, hassle-free way to get started in the hobby. Includes all of your track needed to build your layout so you can get to the fun part. This is the HO trunk line. It fits a 4x8 layout. That is your layout. So you've got a couple of sidings with a switch, or two actually, and just a great layout for a 4x8 space. Our display layout in the store is very similar to this layout. Unfortunately, I did not have these kits when we started building that layout. I wish I had. I'd really like to have used one. And then moving on from that, we have, I can kind of go through all the things that are included. You can see the value that you get for $465. You get all your rail joiners, the trunk line, your radiuses, the spade connectors, your selectors, your layout wire, which is huge, your straight track, your track assortment, your radiuses, your snap switches, just everything you need. And then, again, that's the 4x8. And this is another one that we're coming up, the Junior Pretzel. Now this one takes up 6x8, so you need a little bit more space. We had a layout similar to this when we were in Carmel. Ours was 8x8 in O, and it was really terrific to show the switching capability of your trains. So I really like this pretzel configuration. Again, you need a 6x8 space for it, but pretty cool. So if anybody's looking to get started in the hobby and you just don't know how to do it, and you're overwhelmed with laying out all that geometry for your track, this is a great way to get started. Again, you get everything in it. Excuse me. Sorry. So we've got different variations on these in stock. Again, this is just 2 of the many that we have, so you can check them out online at Mr. Muffin, or I'm sorry, 4hotrains.com. So moving along, those are pretty cool. Now we have some pre-order deadlines coming up. In AccuRail Intermountain, their volume 25, May 2025. Pre-orders are due June 30th. Broadway Limited's April 2025 are due August 7th. Broadway Limited May 2025 are due June 12th. Rapido Trains April 2025 due June 16th. Again, AccuRail June 20th. So if you've got anything you want to get pre-ordered, go ahead and take a look at the online website and get your orders in now. As you know, sorry, we do not charge you anything to pre-order. You can just go ahead and put your pre-orders in. When the products come, we will notify you and send you an invoice. If you've changed your mind, we'll just put it back in inventory. No harm, no foul. We do offer volume discounting. So take a look at the website. Again, it's up here. 10% at $400, 15% at $800, 20% at $1,200. So if you're looking to get started, just that track kit would get you started with 10% off. So interesting stuff if you want to get started. Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate it. I apologize for my technical difficulties last week. I hope that I'm doing better this week. I don't know where you live, but we've had some incredible rain the last 24 hours. They say that we got almost 3 inches, which explains my frizzy hair. Sorry. Hair and makeup wasn't available tonight, so I just didn't do it. Anyways, so I hope that things are dry in your neck of the woods, as what was his name on the Today Show used to say. Anyways, terrific. So those were all the pre-order deadlines. I have some new building kits that are in stock from Lionel that I'd like to share with you. These are the Pop's Hot Dog Shop. Isn't that great? It's just a really terrific small building, just like you'd see on a little street corner back in the 50s. And it is a small footprint. You're 2.5 by 4 1/4. Just a terrific little kit. Pop's Hot Dog Shop. That's one of the ones I wanted to share with you tonight. The next one, and who doesn't love this, after your hot dog, you got to have followed by ice cream. So we've got the ice cream shop kit. This one is also a small footprint. You're just 3 by 3. Isn't that adorable? I mean, you know, it's like standing in line at Handel's here in Indiana. Outside, they only serve at the window. So great little kit to add to your layout. This one's a little bit larger. It's the pizza parlor. It's a 3-story building, so you could badge it for anything. You could have apartments, living space upstairs. And this one is 5.5 by 3.5 or 5.5 by 3.5. Just a real cool building. So that is the pizza parlor kit. Again, these are all from Lionel, very reasonably priced. Hello, Side 3. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so those were the Lionel buildings. Let's see what's going on. We have some more in stock that I will show you. Come back to my iPad. And these are in stock now. It's a little video I put together for you for, these are 2-bay offset hoppers. Oh, gotta play it there. There we go. Okay. And of course, pulled by my trusty Southern Pacific engine that I keep on our layout there in the store. These are the Atlas Trainman 2-bay offset hopper cars. They come in Southern, two different road numbers in Southern. They come in GM&O, which is Gulf Mobile in Ohio, and they come in B&O, which is Baltimore and Ohio. So you can see there as they go around the track. They're just really cool. These are going to be featured in this week's weekly deals. So you've got the 2 single cars and you've got a 3-pack set available for each of these road names. So if you're looking for 2-bay offset hoppers, there's a weekly deal out there on 4hotrains.com. These are your product numbers for the Southern, for the GM&O, and for the C&O. And those are the single cars. There are 2 each of the singles. And then we've got 3 car sets as well. So kind of cool. Okay, come back over here. I'd like to point out I'm doing much better with technology this evening. Thank you very much. I'll give myself a little clap here. Sorry, I know I'm silly. Let's see, what else do I have going on? So those were our Lionel building kits, our weekly in stock. And then I've got a shout out to a train club. This one again is down in Cincinnati, Ohio. This is the Cincinnati Northern Railroad Club. They are, obviously they like to model the historic Cincinnati Northern Railroad. They do operate an HO layout that depicts the Cincinnati Northern from Franklin, Ohio to Van Wert, Ohio. So they're trying to go for that reality. The club maintain a 10 by 17 foot prize-winning modular layout that they do exhibit at various events and train shows. And let's see, they are looking for a permanent home. They lost their permanent home, so they're looking for a new home, and they're trying to raise money for that. If you live in their area and you want to support them, I'm sure they would appreciate it. The Cincinnati Northern Model Railroad Club. Let's see. They're designed the module layouts, as you know. Hello, Jerry Bloomquist. The modular layouts are a great way to get started in the hobby without committing space in your home. We started one in O gauge, and the HO modulars are very popular as well. You do a fixed size layout top, and all the track connects to one another. So the group comes together and puts their modules together, and it's really great because everyone designs their own from a scenery standpoint, and then you could go from farmland to a city scene to a riverbed to zombie apocalypse to UFOs or farmyards. It's really amazing the talent that people have and the imagination that they have. We have found that people don't stop at one modular. They end up with several modules so that they get to do a lot of different things creatively. So that's kind of cool. But that is the Cincinnati Northern Model Railroad Club down in northern Cincinnati. And they model the old Cincinnati Northern. Went from Franklin, Ohio to Van Wert, Ohio. So if you're familiar with that area, that was a really beautiful line. So that is Cincinnati. Cool. Okay. So we have a little time left. We'll go back to, I did put that up, right? Did I show you their, I don't think I did. Let me go back and show you their picture. Sorry. There we go. There we are. Now you can see it. So that is an image of their layout when they had a home for it. And as I said, they're looking for a new home. So if anybody has any interest in supporting them, feel free. We like to share within the hobby. So Cincinnati Northern Model Railroad Club. Okay. Now moving on. I've been promising you to continue working on our Corber kit. We are building the transfer station, and I'll share with you what we've done so far. I'm not sure all my glue is dried yet. So we have, I'm going to leave that on there for a minute. So on the windows, I went ahead and painted them green. I just kind of liked the look of it. And so we've got green windows. You'll notice that I left the film. We have film that we put between the acetate that we send you for windows so that you can easily separate them. And I went ahead and left it on here to give all the windows that frosted look like you see in a factory. And then down in the office, which is where? I left it open. There we go. Oh, wrong way. I left it open there for where the door is because whoever's in the office might want to have a view of the street. So that's what's going on there. We will put the roof on it next week after my side glue dries. I've got the piece that comes out on the side as well. It's a single-story building, so we'll add that next week as well as the dock and the roof line. But my glue, unfortunately, is just, I don't know if it's the humidity. I even tried the zip kicker, and it still didn't just go, whew, set. So having trouble with that. But that's what's going on here. We've made some progress since I saw you last. So again, we went with green painted windows on a gray building, and we'll make more progress next week. That is all I've got. If anybody has any comments and want to ask me any questions, feel free to put them up there. Otherwise, I'm going to let you go to dinner early. So I'm going to beat the raindrops home. It looks like it's going to rain here again. But I thank you all for watching, and I invite you to follow us at 4hotrains.com, Mr. Muffin, at Atlanta, Indiana. That's where we are. And if you're ever in our area, we'd love for you to drop by and see us at the layout. Shame on me for inviting you, because this summer we are going to be closed on Saturdays from this weekend through August the 2nd. We need to take a little break. We'll still be here on Thursday nights. Steve will still be here on Wednesday nights and Friday nights, so tune in to see us. But we're going to start taking our weekends off and get a little bit of a break. I got to get rid of all these germs that I keep picking up. Anyway, more information than you wanted to hear. So that's everything I've got. Oh, Jerry does N track in Great River Valley system. Cool. Does anybody else do N? It's way too small for me. My brother did N when we were kids, and we used to go to the local hobby store and get him N-gauge rolling stock and engines. Came in tiny little boxes for Christmas and birthday and things like that. So that was pretty cool. He did not keep it, unfortunately, so we don't have it anymore. But that's all I've got for this week. So thank you all so much. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I enjoy having all of you every week. Thank you so much, and tune in next week. We'll see you then. Have a great weekend. Thank you. Bye-bye.